morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our community in exploration and celebration. My name is Athena, and I will be helping lead the beginning of our Sunday service this morning. For those that are new, a little about Sanctuary. Sanctuary Church is a 508c1a faith-based organization. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from prehistorical use by our ancestors and personal experiences of our modern members. Psilocybin mushrooms are one of the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we can access a direct connection to the source of life. It is our sincere belief that the consumption of psilocybin-containing mushrooms is a communion, which brings us closer to what is commonly called God. We understand this concept as pure consciousness, which permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the ineffable source of creation and the origin of health and well-being. Our vision and mission at Sanctuary is to live in a world with supportive and joyful communities, empowered to discover our own divinity with sacred mushrooms and each other. We are bringing people together for healing and connection to divine revelation through communion with sacred mushrooms. We ask you to mute your mics if you're not muted already. The 30-minute service portion of our gathering is being recorded. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. These will be posted on our YouTube channel for community viewing. We'll begin with a short guided meditation, followed by 2 readings to facilitate our journal prompt and the discussion following service. Prior to the 90-minute discussion, we'll invite one of our community leaders to share some sanctuary announcements, updates, and FAQs. We invite you now to find a comfortable space where you can settle in and be present as we begin our service. I'd like to invite Julie to lead us in our meditation this morning.
Good morning, everyone. As we gather together near the upcoming solstice, the longest night of the year, I invite you to join me in a meditation that is based on an ancient Islamic prayer. As I speak the words of this prayer, see if you can imagine and feel their truth in you. Let us close our eyes with an attitude of sacred intention and breathe together. The prayer of light. Love before me. Love behind me. Love at my left. Love at my right. Love above me. Love below me. Love unto me. Love in my surroundings. Love to all. Love to the universe. Peace before me. Peace behind me. Peace at my left. Peace at my right. Peace above me. peace below me. Peace unto me. Peace in my surroundings. Peace to all. Peace to the universe. Light before me. Light behind me. Light at my left. Light at my right. Light above me. Light below me. Light in my surroundings. Light to all. Light to the universe. Now let's open our eyes. May you be well. May you be happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Before we move into our readings, and while we're still in this mindful, centered space, I invite us all to place our hands on our heart as we take a few moments to send loving intention to our sacrament and to all who cultivate or consume these sacred mushrooms. Without these gifts of our Creator and the communion of our members, this community would not exist. The healing brought on by our sacrament is not limited to the times when we consume the mushroom, but extends into all aspects of our lives and spreads like the mycelium around our world. It is through intention and attention that we call forth the healing power of the mushroom and the community that we have formed around it. Let us use our ever expanding awareness to bring greater peace and healing to our world. Let us radiate gratitude from our hearts to our Creator, to our community, and to those who cultivate our sacrament. For these gifts impart healing to those who commune with love and sincerity. In cultivating and consuming this sacrament, we become aware of the oneness of life, the knowing that we live in all things and that all things live in us. Let us apply this understanding to all of our relationships and aid us in our journey as members of the human family. Thank you, everyone. Our rotating text today was selected by our lead community minister, Eric Osborne, and comes from the book A Course in Miracles. And I'd like to invite Chris to help us with our reading.
Good morning, everybody. Happy to be here with y'all. This reading is, from A Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles, Correction of Error. Alertness of the ego to the errors of others' egos is not the kind of vigilance that Spirit would have you maintain. To the ego, it is kind and right and good to point out errors and to correct them. This makes perfect sense to the ego, which is actually unaware of what errors are and what correction is. Errors are of the ego, and the correction of them lies in the relinquishment of the ego. When you point out the errors of of others' ego, you must be perceiving through your own, for spirit does not perceive error. When you react at all to errors, you are not listening to spirit. Spirit has already disregarded them. And if you attend to them, then you are not hearing spirit. If you are not listening to spirit, then you are listening to your ego, and therefore making as little sense as the one you hope to correct. This cannot be correction. In fact, it is given in yourself. When someone behaves insanely, you can heal them only by perceiving the sanity in them. If you perceive their errors and accept them as true, then you are perceiving and accepting your own error. If you want to give your errors up to spirit or grace, then you must do that to theirs as well. Unless this becomes the way you handle all errors, you cannot understand how all errors are undone. How is this different from telling you that what you teach, you learn? Your fellow human is as right as you are. If you think they are wrong, you are condemning yourself. It is not up to you to change them, but rather to accept them just as they are. To perceive error in anyone and to react to them as if they were real is to make them real to you. You will not escape paying the price for this, not because you are being punished, but because you are following the wrong guide and therefore will lose your way. Any attempt you make to correct another means that you believe correction by you is possible, and this can only be the arrogance of the ego. Correction is only of God. Spirit forgives everything because God created everything. Do not attempt to undertake Spirit's function, or you will forget your own. Allow Spirit to teach you to see yourself without condemnation by learning how to look on everything without it. Condemnation then will not be real to you, and all your errors will be forgiven.
Thank you, Chris. I
You're
see
welcome.
here I have an error on my slides, the name of this passage. So thank you. All right. Please take out your journals and pens for 5 minutes of reflection, utilizing the following prompts. How can we take on this difficult perspective of zero criticism, zero condemnation, complete forgiveness? Do you believe this should even be a goal? What is your perspective on forgiveness? We will have the opportunity to further explore what we journaled during our discussion following service. I'll set my timer for 5 minutes. have about a minute left. If you'd like to begin finishing up your thoughts. And we'll begin moving into the next portion of our service this morning. The paradoxical nature of life and its mysteries are best experienced through the ineffable space we find in our communion with the mushroom. For more than 2,000 years, the Tao Te Ching has provided guidance and instruction for exploring the paradox of existence. It is for this reason that we employ the Tao Te Ching as our primary sacred text and invite all to study it further as you delve deeper into the mystery of life. I'd like to invite James to help us with our reading this morning.
Chapter 56. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. Block all the passages. Shut all the doors. Blunt all edges. Untie all tangles. Harmonize all lights. Unite the world into one whole. This is called the mystical whole, which you cannot court after nor shun, benefit nor harm, honor nor humble. Therefore, it is the highest of the world.
Thank you, James. We'll begin closing out our service today. I invite Amy to help us with sharing announcements and upcoming events.
Good morning, everybody. Our virtual workshops and circles are now open to non-members for a suggested $5 donation and remain open at no cost for official members. This week's virtual offerings include today at 6:30 Eastern, Veterans Healing with Psilocybin with Jeff. Monday at 7:30 Eastern, Compassionate Conflict Resolution with Alan. Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern, Internal Family Systems with Debbie. Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, Psilocybin and Sobriety with Christina and Honor. And Saturday at 10:30 Eastern, Book Club with Russell or Jason. Please register and find Zoom links on our events calendar on Psanctuary.org. And thank you to everybody who's leading the circles and virtual events, and also those who show up to them to make that space. This Wednesday, December 20th, instead of hosting our usual community circle, we will have a very special in-person film showing of Psychonautics with an in-person Q&A with comedian Shane Moss for our Louisville, Kentucky community. In the film Psychonauts, featuring our own lead minister, Eric Osborne, Shane goes on a series of adventures to deepen his understanding of psychedelics. With moments of both confusion and clarity, this documentary is an honest account of the experiences of a genuine psychonaut. Please register via the events calendar found on Psanctuary.org, and we hope to see you there. And then this Tuesday, the day before that Wednesday, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Friends and Family Minister Jeff Love would like to invite our official members to a virtual integration circle discussion on past religious experiences. This is a space to verbally process and integrate your past religious experiences, thoughts on religion and spirituality after personal psychedelic experiences, and how you're integrating these new ideas and thoughts into your life. You're welcome to come and just listen and participate in the act of holding space for others. You're welcome to come integrate and process. You're welcome to participate through questions or comments. Please find the Zoom link posted in our private members Discord server. And mark your calendars for a new virtual sacred passage offering. If you or someone you are close with has been diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, this is a safe space where you can safely share your feelings and emotions with others who are facing a life-threatening illness as well. You'll also learn about many different ways you can support your mental, emotional, and physical health as you face and learn from your loved one's illness. Led by Debbie Pierce, a Sanctuary Friends and Family Minister, doula, Reiki, and energy healer, the group will meet every first and third Tuesday evening from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern, starting on Tuesday, January 16th. This public circle is open to those facing life-threatening illness, including their caregivers and family. Please share with others you know who could benefit. And that is all for today. Lots of good stuff.
Wonderful. Thank you, Amy. It is lots of good stuff. It was good to hear. All right, membership. Excuse me. If you are not yet a member and are interested in joining our community of almost 400 official members, you may begin the 5-step process by visiting psanctuary.org. Like the Mycelial Network, we seek to emulate. Sanctuary relies on the support and resources of our community while giving back health and wholeness to the same. We seek to create nationwide and eventually global community that contributes to the healing of humanity. Your support is incredibly valuable as we grow and even after we are established. Becoming a member gives you access to our private official member chat server via the Discord app, minister ordination programs, our network of sacrament cultivators, sacrament services facilitated by our friends and family and community ministers, discounted community offerings, and so much more. I'd like to invite Stephen now to introduce our new members this week.
Good morning, everyone. We have 7 new members from 6 states this week. We have Randy from Maine, Calvin from California, Jessica from Kentucky, Tony from Tennessee, Montana Sky from Maine, Steph from Oregon, and Emily from Massachusetts. So welcome, everyone. Glad to have you here.
Welcome. All right, the state of Sanctuary, committee updates and FAQs. I'd like to invite Debbie this week. Debbie, are you there?
You're muted, Debbie.
Okay, sorry about that.
I was like, oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, my microphone is working. It was just the setting. Anyway, the Sacred Passage Ministry continues to evolve, and I'm excited for January to start a group. There's been several members that have requested that in the past. So I have found through the doula work that people facing life-threatening illnesses really need a place to be able to talk about these things, maybe without their freely, without maybe even family members or caregivers. I would say the journey with life-threatening illnesses is more of a spiritual and emotional journey as much as it is on the physical. So I believe these groups are going to be really important for anybody who's either a caregiver or experiencing them themselves. If we have enough people and we want to split out, we may start another group just for caregivers, because all parties involved have a different perspective and may want to be by themselves as well. So anybody have any questions about the group or Sacred Passage? Anybody know anybody or are experiencing life-threatening illnesses? If you have any questions and would like to message me through Discord or just want to have a chat, I'm very willing and able and would love to talk to you. Oh yeah, the group is going to be virtual. I'm looking at it'll be every first and third Tuesday of the month. in the evening. We tried to set the time so that if people have doctor's appointments or need to have caregivers come in the evening to be able for them to participate, that it would be more accessible. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone. An item I'd like to also just address is next week is Christmas Eve. We will have our regular scheduled Sunday service, and we will also be recognizing and ordaining those who have completed our Myself and Friends and Family Minister programs during our fall cohort. So please, if you are able, join us in that celebration of the holiday and of our newly ordained ministers. So thank you. All right, we'll begin closing out our service today, recognizing we've come together with intentions of service to the land and all its inhabitants. It is in our hearts to go forth into the world with the collective consciousness. We encourage you to stay for continued fellowship and conversation around our readings today. And for those unable to stay, we thank you for being with us and wish you a great week ahead. As we further our conversation, please remember all perspectives are welcome as we search for the spiritual truth that unites us all. Please remember that we are not a medical or therapeutic organization. Statements made by the moderator or members of Psanctuary are their own. We are here discovering and exploring along with you.